Lesson number 10, removing the armor is essential to personal growth. So this is something that I work with when I am guiding my clients through their transformation processes, is we always start with this first pillar of removing armor. Because here's the thing, throughout life, we all experience trauma, whether that's big T trauma, so things like sexual assaults, war, all of those really big experiences, big life experiences that we hear of, see of, perhaps have experienced ourselves. But then we also have little T trauma, which Dr. Gabor Mate talks about beautifully, where he describes little T trauma as being just as damaging to our psyche and the way that we then form into adulthood as big T trauma. But the problem is society still doesn't recognize it to be so. So we minimize and we discredit. So I'll give you an example of some small T traumas. Maybe you were bullied a lot when you were in primary school. Maybe your teacher told you that you were stupid when you put your hand up and got the question wrong. Or maybe, like me, you had a primary caregiver who wasn't available, who wasn't able to nurture you and meet your needs as a child. So what we do when we experience these traumas is we start to put on invisible armor. It's a way of protecting ourselves because we don't want to continue getting hurt, right? So we put on this invisible armor. But the problem is, as we start to grow into adults, unless you do the work, unless you do the healing, get a therapist, do body work, whatever it is for you, if you don't do that, then you're not actually taught how to remove the armor. And then you become a person moving through this world who's wearing this heavy, heavy armor. Like, I want you to visualize this for a moment. Imagine medieval times and you've got the full bodysuit, you've got the breastplate on, you've got the helmet on, you've got the chainmail on. So life is exhausting because you're being weighed down. But not only that, what's even more detrimental is that when you're wearing this armor, you won't let people get in and you can't connect to yourself because you're blocking yourself from your own heart. So before you can do any kind of inner work, the first step is being willing to remove this armor.